cast on your stitches, which is how you start all of your knitting projects. There are many ways to cast on, but I'm just going to be showing you three: the long tail cast on method, the cable cast on, and the crochet cast on. And for that one you will need a crochet hook. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by getting out my needles, and this time around I'm going to use my plastic interchangeable needles because I think they're a little easier to work with in front of the camera. So these are all my needles. Some of them are missing because I'm using them on other projects, but I'll go ahead, take these size 9, 5.5 millimeter, and this cord. So, first I'll show you the long tail cast on method, and the way that one works is you take your yarn, and as you cast on stitches, you're going to be using up a tail. So when you start with the long tail cast on, you need to have set aside a length of yarn that you think is going to be the width of your project, and that will be used up as you cast on your stitches. So I'm going to cast on about 12 stitches. I'll just pick an arbitrary length, about this much yarn. And what we're going to do is, with the tail behind your hand, I'm going to put it over your index finger and thumb, and then grab the two down here. Then you're going to take your needle and place it underneath the yarn like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring it underneath this strand under your thumb, and then bring it around this one on your index finger, and then back through the thumb. And now you have 2 stitches. I'll show that again. So you have it around your index finger and thumb with the tail off your thumb, and you put the needle underneath the yarn here. You're going to bring it under the thumb, over the index finger, and back over the thumb. And then again, under the thumb, over the index finger, and back through the thumb. And you can keep doing that. Until you have as many stitches as you want on your needle. So, under the thumb strand, scoop this index finger strand, and then pull the loop off your thumb. And this method goes by pretty fast. When you get the hang of it, you can get stitches on there pretty quickly. The disadvantage is that you kind of need to know in advance how much yarn you're going to be using, because this tail will get used up as you go. So I'll show that one more time. The tail behind your thumb, needle underneath the yarn, the scoop under the thumb, around the index finger, and back over the thumb, and repeat. Okay, and that's the long tail cast on method. it's a pretty common method. And it's very versatile. It's very stretchy and easy to use as you're edging. But again, you'd have to kind of guesstimate how much yarn you're going to need before you start. So the next method I'll show you is the cable cast on. And for that one, you need to know how to make a slip knot. So to do that, you can just take your yarn, make a loop, just loop it around, and then put that loop on top of the yarn and pull it through. And so they call it a slip knot because then you can just slip it back out. So again, a loop, and then pull a loop through that. One more time. Make a loop, and then pull a loop through. Okay, so what we're going to do for this cable cast on is make a slip knot, and then put it on your needle and tighten it. Then we're going to take our other needle and we're going to put it through this loop as if to knit it. So just put the needle through the loop. Then wrap our working yarn around that needle and pull that loop through. If you were knitting, you would then take this loop off the needle and pass it to this one. But instead, we're going to just take this loop and put it onto this needle. And so we've made a stitch. So we have 2 stitches here. And then, to continue casting on stitches, you're going to put your needle through these 2. Through the 2 stitches. Wrap your yarn around. Pull it through, and then place it onto the needle. Then you're going to go through the next pair of stitches, right through here. Wrap the yarn around, pull it through, and place it on. And you keep going. And this method makes a really nice looking edge. That's the cable cast on. Okay, and then finally we have the crochet cast on, which you'll need a crochet hook. So I have this one here. It's also 5.5 millimeters. You can also use one a size bigger than your needle. It doesn't really matter as long as it's pretty close. So again, with this one, you're gonna make a slip knot, but this time you're gonna put it on the crochet hook. And then we're going to wrap our yarn around your left hand. I do it around the pinky, in front of the ring and middle finger, and then over the index finger, so that you can get good tension. So you just practice that, or hold the yarn however you like. You're going to put the needle in front of the yarn. You're going to draw up a loop with your crochet hook and pull it through the loop that's on the hook. And now you've made one stitch on the needle. And then to continue that, just move your yarn behind the needle and pull up another loop. Move the yarn behind the needle crochet before I started knitting, so I'm more comfortable holding the crochet hook, which is why I really like this cast-on method. It goes by pretty quickly, and like with the cable cast-on method, you get a pretty nice looking edge here. You see it has your V's, and it looks like the edge of a crochet chain. So you're going to keep doing that, and then when you finally get to as many stitches as you want, just take this last loop and just put it on your needle. And now you can start knitting. So those are 3 cast-on methods. Hope you learned something, and if there's anything else you'd like to learn, just let me know. Thanks.